Growing up, I always wanted a good relationship with my father. I consider my father the hero, the strongest man ever, the David who slays Goliath. Now I know why. I've got to understand that when you're growing up as a daughter and you have a healthy relationship with your father, it does not only help you with your self-esteem, it guides you in the choices you make, especially when it comes to the choice of a partner. Today we're looking at a father's love, basically a focus in a relationship that is healthy between a daughter and a father. And again, Anthony Atiga is here to help us from a man's perspective. You're welcome.
Thank you, Monique. Once again, I'm happy to be doing this with you. Oh, thank you.
That's so sweet. Thank you. So what is it about a girl child and their father and this love relationship? What is it about?
I don't think I'll be the best authority to speak into details about that chemistry. It's the chemistry I'm talking about, okay. Because it's God-given. Mm-hmm. It's natural. You cannot explain it. But first of all, it even has to do with having a child in the first place, be it male or female. The excitement that comes with it, that another human being is from the two of you, mother, father, and you look forward to the excitement of nurturing that child to become an adult. And it's an adventure with twists and turns that you can never tell. However, men are drawn to women and vice versa. And I think that having a daughter is also a unique experience because it gives you that opportunity to have a smaller version of a mother, a smaller version of a wife, a smaller version of a sister, and you have to do all that adventure again. But this time round, it's you being in a situation where you have to nurture this young lady or this baby lady.
Mm-hmm. Baby lady.
Baby lady.
Yeah.
So, we become very protective of them. As men, growing up, we know all the adventures we embark on, from adolescents with the young girls and the grown-up ladies and everybody. We know all the adventures we took with them. So you realize that a lot of fathers tend to be very protective of their daughters. And, there's this joke we have in this country where we say when the girls are young, you see the fathers who write "Beware of dogs" and hang on their gates. It means that they don't want the men coming and playing around the house.
Oh, okay.
But when they are older and they want them to get married, they write broilers for sale or eggs for sale and hang them on their houses.
Really?
So, yeah, at the gate. So it means that, come and buy. So when you come and you find the lady there, definitely you have to have a conversation with them,
That's nice.
That's just a joke we have here. But on the whole, you have the fathers being very protective, typically, of their daughters. And that relationship must be really established and established properly because as we know, women are the cradle of our society because they birth us, they nurture us and everything. So if you should have that relationship very solid, you can bet that you have something good going and you are also contributing to society's integrity. Yeah, so that relationship is very important.
So I can see that. Just imagine this girl growing and having a healthy relationship with her father. Imagine the confidence that oozes out from this girl, the self-esteem, the value, the worth that comes out of this girl.
Yes, it does help in many ways, including self-esteem, because as a father, when you have a relationship with your daughter, there are things that typically you would do as a man, okay? And sometimes, even as they grow, they'll say, "Yo, daddy, this one you don't have to do. You don't have to do this and that." The woman instinct always kicks in. But on their side, they get to understand it's a man thing. when they should have relationship with the other siblings who may be boys, they might find the same thing running through. If they should grow up and they should have relationship with the other sex or the opposite sex, as in a more of a romantic relationship, they'll find that line still running through, and they can better manage or be aware that this is not a strange thing, as compared to somebody who did not have any experience with a dad or siblings or anything of a sort. So not having it with their dad would spell something different, would look different if they should have a relationship, or if they're about to get married, or they are entering into some relationship with another guy. Things would look a little bit strange. But if they have a relationship with their dad, naturally there are certain man instincts that would play out. And secondly, you'd have the father teaching this girl or this young lady a lot of the things in life. So they don't grow up necessarily to be men, but they become aware of their environment and how the opposite sex behave.
So it gives them an edge when it comes to choosing healthy relationships, because they've had a healthy relationship with their dad, and they know mostly, if not all, I mean, that's how it looks like if you're in a healthy relationship with someone.
Yeah, not only that also, but they're able to come back to you for advice, because your man, daddy, this person did this and that and that. I don't understand. And from the man's perspective, you can explain it better. You know, why things look like that, why the other male behave like this. You can predict a heartbreak coming. You can predict a non-interest coming. You know, it doesn't insulate them from the everyday life, everyday harsh realities of life, but it prepares them. You know, so in as much as you have a very solid relationship with your dad, it doesn't insulate you from heartbreaks, for example.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean guys will not disappoint you.
They will,
but you are much more prepared to handle those things than somebody who didn't, because daddy is there to dispense some advice here and there. Daddy is there to, you know, comfort you. At least you pick a little bit of machismo stuff from your dad, and you try to be hard a little bit once in a while.
Deal with the heartbreaks.
Deal with it. But it doesn't insulate you, but it makes you aware. It makes you... So it all boils and forms part of the confidence building. You know, you find yourself even among guys, and you're not so agitated. You know, you're free to flow with them, because there's a bigger person in your life who you relate with, you bond with, and yeah. So I think that relationship is very, very important to me too.
Wow. So I'm just imagining this girl now with this healthy confidence, high self-esteem, prepared for heartbreak and deal with them. That means they don't settle for less, is it? When it comes to relationship. I mean, they know when to say, I got to let go because this is not healthy for me. Well,
you know, relationships can be very tricky. So it doesn't really solve all that problem. But as I said, it will help. You're ready. You know, even if you don't see it coming, when it hits you, you're able to recover quickly. You know, you're able to deal with it better. You're prepared to deal with it in a way. It will still take you by surprise. You cannot have that relationship where, because you had a relationship with your dad, you can minimize the errors.
Yes.
You can minimize the errors. You can see red flags from a distance and all that. But for me, the principle is that yes, it builds confidence. It prepares the lady for the world out there, and even in the working environment, having a relationship with your dad. Having gone through maybe his career life experiences he might have had with his bosses and all that, going out with fun clubs, or you know, sometimes even you can tag your girl along, you know, because you know, and they get to experience your team of friends, and also he gets to share his experience with you in the working field. So even not in relationships alone, but even in their career, you know, now we have women taking place of male-dominated areas and all that, or male-dominated jobs. So this helps them also cope even in the working environment, because things like perceived bullying and all those things may, come to her. And if she's had a good relationship with her father, with her father's experience in life and with work life and all, they're able to share certain things, and she knows that this is something I can handle. Work bullying, the perceived work bullying, may be something I can handle. It's not something I should be afraid of. They are men, and I've dealt with, I've interacted with a man before. I still do interact with a man in my house who happens to be my dad. Or even if they don't live together, you can always call and say, Dad, what's happening? I'm having this challenge. How do I go about it and all that? So the relationship, once again, is important. So it builds confidence. It prepares the lady or the young lady for the world out there.
For the world out there.
But it doesn't insulate anybody.
Yeah, I know. You're stressing. It
realities.
doesn't insulate from heartbreak, but it just prepares them and enables them to deal with stuff and know when to make a choice to let go easily than to just cling. And in relationship, as someone is saying, these are not ladies that are so clingy. I mean, they cling, they make it so uncomfortable that the love is there, but it's kind of like suffocating because they want to replace what they didn't have. But that's the one, it's healthy.
That's another very interesting point you have raised. I think then, I haven't really thought of it, but clinginess is one. And then also, trying to replace the father that you did, or trying to replace your father with your
partner or your husband
can be very challenging, because your partner may not be able to meet that standard that your dad said. A father's love towards a daughter is different. And a partner's love is also different. A father will go all out and say, baby girl, it's like, let's say your dad had you at age 35 or age 30, and maybe you're 20 now, so that makes your father 50, right? You think you're grown, but to your dad, you're always his girl. He can still reflect and see you when you were born. There's nothing, so he would always refer to you as his baby girl, and his level of protection for you would be very, very high. Compared to someone you just met and feels that we are age mates. They are kind of attention to
and then you're expecting some of
they wouldn't typically give you that. They wouldn't typically give you that. So I think in as much as we're giving all that love and attention, I think that is an area also we need to look at, so that the young lady also doesn't do that complete switch. They must be aware. So yes, these are some of the things the father also must take upon themselves to educate. That one day I might not be here. One day you'll be with your husband. One day you start a home of your own. And you must know that you will not get everything you're getting from me. You will have my support and all, but you cannot replace me with somebody else. So you must understand those things. So once those lessons are well learned and well taught, I think we can have a good start in building a society.
All right, that's so good. I know there's a lot to talk about, but we just want to draw the curtains here. What you have said, it's enough to build up and to help us. And so we keep the conversation going.
We shall,
and we'll continue. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're
for taking
welcome.
your time and for coming to grace our
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Yes, so family, this is where we end this conversation. You can send in your comment and share with us. Growing with a loving father, how does that shape your life? And when you grow without, how does that shape your life? In any way, that relationship is important. But if you don't have it, you can seek help. You can need professional help. It helps you, and it will go a long way to guide you in the choice of your partners. This is Sex in the Temple, and my name is Monique.